there! Yeah, that's us waving like loons somewhere in the Swiss Alps. You know, we had an amazing time in Europe, but how on earth have we been able to do that, especially throughout, lockdown? Well, we know it hasn't been easy for everybody since 2020, and we would love to take you on this journey with us. Because as we travelled through Europe, we saw some amazing sights, great cathedrals, vistas, and the Swiss Alps, also Vesuvius, and not to mention some lovely people along the way. But like many adventures, it didn't start here. We're going to have to go to the beginning, because that's usually the best place to start. That's right, we started in Sunnyside, Essex. You're welcome to join us, and together we'll have a COVID free holiday. Let's go!
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking.
Do you remember the days when you could just go on a ferry and just explore? Before Brexit, before COVID, and dare I say, even before twerking was cool.
We can be live with no distractions. We'll get away. This is what we waited for.
Well, Karen and I did just that. We got on a ferry and just hit the road all the way through Europe. France, Switzerland, Austria and Italy, and the land of the Frankfurter. Hungary. In Germany. YouTube. That's right, we filmed everything we did, and for your viewing pleasure, we have made this video. No, you don't want to stick something up your nose to prove you're healthy. Well, this is the place.
Now looking back, eyes on the freeway, Bonnie and Clyde, a classic cliche. We're on the run. This is what we waited for.
Where you don't need a blue passport, your politics don't matter, and you can return safely to your home without self-isolating or spending £200 on a COVID test. So, sit back, relax, and watch to the end, and you won't be sorry. You'll be holidaying, but it'll be a YouTube, yet slightly cheap holiday, but you can bring your whole family. So, enjoy. The food isn't all that bad on a ferry. However, like all Brits, we love to remind ourselves how bad our food is in England, and quickly stodged up.
About to leave.
And as soon as we landed in France, the French quickly reminded us what country we're in, just in case we forget to tip.
We'll get away to a place where we don't know.
So here's a boring fact. Calais grew into the thriving centre for wool production and came to be called the brightest jewel in the English crown, owing to its great importance as the gateway for tin, lead, lace and wool trades.
Make it somehow, we can't miss out.
Karen said after that long journey she wanted to do a little bit of reading, so I thought to myself, I know what you need. A lamp! Really tired after that ferry journey, we find ourselves a little hotel, the Richelieu. It cost about €70 for the night and was a bit pricey. However, we got a massive bath and a double bed.
Waited for. Take my hand, we'll make.
I'll be right there, love. Can you get the spatula? Obviously, when going through France, you need to be able to go through an obligatory field of flowers before eating a buffet of croissants. Then you can hit the road.
Enchanté.
It took us about 2 days to get through France, and to save money we used the country roads, which are extraordinarily straight for mile upon mile, and so we wonder, how did we get lost along the way? To circumvent this, we stopped in a few French country villages. However, it seemed France was closed to us from about 10 a.m. to 12 midnight every day. So, vive la France!
Enchanté. Danser. Garçon.
I love the French countryside. However, it is so flat and reminds me of the UK.
You're about to see extraordinary demonstration fall.
I've got an idea. Kids, don't try this at home. Karen, hold out your hands and I'll lower the DJI sparkle onto your hand. Have you got it? I can't see anything going wrong here. Wait for it. Hold it there. Wait. Stay there. That's it.
Ay, stupid! Catch my finger!
Sorry. Oh, you okay? Oh, I didn't. Oh, that was silly. Oh, sorry. Lesson 1. Don't use your wife as a helipad.
Want to say something?
Yeah,
What?
looking forward to getting to Switzerland. Get my lederhosen on.
1 hour and a half we are in Switzerland.
Hell, mate. Lederhosen.
Yes, I'm filming now. Yeah. I got a bit of stuff.
Following the day of the drone disaster, Karen did actually cut herself on the blades of the drone, and she had to put a plaster on them. Oops. It does show you have to be careful with these things, although you can laugh about it now. I can assure you Karen was not a happy bunny with me on that day. However, I digress. Of course, we find ourselves amongst the most beautiful scenery in the Italian Alps. The Dolomites are a mountain range located in northern eastern Italy. They form part of the Southern Limestone Alps and extend from the River Adige in the west to the Piave Valley in the east. Some tourists prefer to travel to the Dolomites during the summer, between May and September, when the weather is pleasantly warm and the mountains lively and colourful. Early spring, when crocuses, alpine, snowdrops and scented bushes of daphne bloom through the melting snow, is equally beautiful. However, we arrived here in August. And of course, if you're interested, there are many ways to get to the Dolomites in Italy. The easiest way would be to fly into nearby cities in Europe such as Venice, Zurich or Munich. However, we chose to drive so that we could get the most of the vistas and the views that we can see here. Following our long drive through the Italian Dolomites, we now head to Lake Maggiore. The easiest way of getting to Lake Maggiore is obviously by car, taking the A8 motorway to the direction of Malpensa Airport. Then, follow the signs to Lago Maggiore. The lake is only about 50 miles or 80 kilometers away from Milan. Karen, didn't you say that you've been to Lake Maggiore?
Yes, which brings me so many good memories about how my life was when I used to live in Italy in 2005. Actually, I went to Italy to finalize my Italian citizenship and lived close to the Lake Maggiore. I wanted to experience the Italian culture and learn how to speak Italian. To do this, I lived with an Italian family. I worked as their au pair and babysitter, and at the weekends I was free to explore Lake Maggiore. Actually, my favorite place to go was Lake Maggiore because of the amazing and lovely view. Lake Maggiore is in northern Italy and is the second biggest lake in the country. This is located halfway between Lake Warta and Lake Lugano. Did you know Lake Maggiore extends for about 40 miles between Locarno, Switzerland and Arona, Italy? I have found that driving through this route has been one of the most enjoyable experiences I have in my life because of the spectacular views, the great variety of Italian restaurants serving up delicious risotto, pasta and amazing seafood. For me, it was very important to share with Paul my Italian roots and show him all this beauty. My great-grandfather is from a town called Fontaneto da Gonha, which we will see later on, and it is only 12 miles from Arona. After a long day of traveling and fun around Lake Maggiore and arriving in Arona, it was time to book a bed and breakfast to stay for the night. I chose something close by to Fontaneto da Gonha.
Well, not before us feeding those ducks.
Believe it or not, we stayed the night in a place called Blue Tits in Borgo Manero.
Blue tits?
Yes, Blue Tits, don't you remember?
Wow, that's unbelievable. You don't mean...
No. Interesting name, don't you think? However, the place was very good and we had a lovely stay in this bed and breakfast. The bedroom was very well decorated and the bed was very, very comfortable.
Before settling down for the night, we decided to have a little nosy around.
We had a lovely breakfast.
It was such a surprise. We weren't expecting this at all, but they had laid out this wonderful spread.
And of course, my favorite, the Italian coffee. It's so tasty. It's strong and smells delicious.
Well, I'm going to need some coffee for the journey ahead. I wonder if they got any bacon sarnies.
No! And delicious Italian pastries.
I don't know what she's talking about. There's some bacon, and some olives, and some cheese. I can make a bacon sarnie out of that.
I can tell you this was a very romantic atmosphere to stay. And the hostess, the bed and breakfast were very friendly.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side,
If anybody from the UK has ever been to Italy by car, then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm driving a Land Rover, which is quite a big vehicle, but it didn't seem to put off any Italian, even in the smallest town vehicle, of trying to run me off the road.
call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future.
So here we are, driving up this very windy and narrow path, all the way up to Madonna del Sasso in Osalina. And to be honest, I'm quite nervous. Driving through the Alps, we were nearly pushed off the mountain a couple of times by crazy Italian drivers.
Even in the hard time.
So, anytime a car went by, especially around a tight bend, my hands would start to sweat, my bum would twitch, Karen would laugh, not in any way seeing the danger, and so I said to her, just film it!
Side by side and through. No limit to what we can do. found what we're looking for
Yeah,
in life.
sorry, love.
Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.
Crazy Terrence trying to run me up the road.
You and I, we got it. We don't need no more.
Is it better than yesterday or?
Only slightly better.
You and I can weather any storm.
They just drive as fast as they can around the corner. They don't give a damn.
And I hope there is no other cars coming while we are going up. Okay. You would not like to live here and drive this road every day, would you?
What, to work? No, not really. Yeah. I mean, this car is really designed for this type of terrain.
Yeah. But I don't think two big cars like this would. Oh my lord. My goodness. Paul, I take off my hat for you because you are a very good driver.
Well, they gave me some shaky heads then.
Yeah. Never mind. Now the worst is gone.
You got post out on Facebook.
Yeah.
The windiest road. I mean, yesterday's road was worse. We should have filmed it.
Yeah.
Well, we filmed a bit of it, didn't we?
We did.
I can't believe that we are what we're doing in terms of
Driving.
driving in the part of Italy. Actually, we're going to go deeper into it.
Yeah. Where my wife is taking me. I'm holding myself here.
Nearly there, I think.
Nearly there, yeah.
In a quarter of a mile, turn left onto Via Mario.
No more. Even in the hard time, you and I can weather any. You and I, we got it. We don't need no more. Even in the hard time, you and I can weather any storm.
Despite the arduous and yet bum-twitchy moments, Karen was quite excited to take me to the Madonna del Sasso, which is the sanctuary and pilgrimage church in Orsolina, above the city of Locarno in Switzerland. It is the principal site and goal of pilgrimage in the city.
Avenue change.
From where we're standing, you can see Julius Island, or Isole di San Giulio. It's an island within Lake Water in Piedmont, northern West Italy, and the island is 270 meters or 902 feet long, north to south, and is also 140 meters or 459 feet east to west. The most famous building on the island is the Basilica di San Giulio, close to which is the monumental old seminary from the 1840s. The founding of the sanctuary goes back to a vision of the Virgin Mary that a Franciscan brother, Bartolome di Oliveira, experienced in the night of the 14th and 15th of August, 1480. The interior is highly decorated and a platform has view of the city. With just a quick search on the internet, there is so much information about Milan, and from where we are at the Madonna del Sasso, it's only about 54 miles, or an hour and a half. Karen has told me so much about Milan and also the Cattedrale Duomo. That's something I've always wanted to see, so let's head there now. We have a 6-hour drive to Vignanello, which is about 2 hours from Rome Central, so we can only stay in Milan for a couple of hours. So here we are in Milan. On the day that we arrived in Milan, it felt like it was over 40 degrees. It was so blisteringly hot. We had to find somewhere to park, then we were able to explore. And this mesmerizing fountain seemed the best place to cool down. Milan, a metropolis in Italy's northern Lombardy region, is a global capital of fashion and design. Home to the National Stock Exchange, it's a financial hub also known for its high-end restaurants and shops. Milan's Duomo is decidedly the most impressive structure in Milan. Standing proud in the Piazza del Duomo, this behemoth cathedral has seen more than 600 years pass by and has the history to prove it. The Duomo is the fifth largest Christian church in the world, outdone by St. Peter's Basilica in Rome, the Basilica of Our Lady of the Aparecida in Brazil, Cathedral of St. John the Divine in New York, and Seville's Cathedral. Milan Cathedral is still one big church. It has the most statues. They say there are more statues on this Gothic style cathedral than on any other building in the world. There are over 3,400 statues, that's 135 gargoyles and 700 figures that decorate the Milan Duomo. I for one would have loved to have stayed for much longer, however, because we had a 6-hour journey to Vignanello, we had to be quick. I don't know. You know, if you want to go to Milan, you can always fly. But I wouldn't advise it because you'd miss out on all those amazing views. Well, that was an adventure, wasn't it? If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell as well.